Hello everyone, I'm going to be going and looking over my final project. It is a game. It is simply just rock, paper, scissors, where you, the player, will be playing against a computer. The code I have is pretty simplistic, with just the standard importing required fields, as well as getting the default values and everything set up perfectly that I need. Then we've created the GUI, like the base, the grid bags, the image path, and the labels, all necessary to make what we were looking for. And then we're going to go into the buttons, which were, let me show it to you and I'll explain it a bit better. Okay, here is the finished product of what we would have. So, pick one and the computer will choose one as well. The results will be displayed here. Pretty simple stuff. So, each time you can either choose to, when you play the game, you can choose to either select rock, paper, or scissors. If you choose rock, a number is then generated, 1. That is your input. The computer will then randomly generate a number between 1 and 3. Then it will compare, and then it will, as I call it, the battle will happen, and then it will display the results. So, as a test, it's a tie. You both chose rock. So that means the generator generated a value of 1, and then it compared to your value of 1, and subsequently, since their rock can't beat rock, it's a tie. But if you choose again, you win. You choose rock, and they chose scissors. So again, this time the random number generation happened, but this time it set it to 3, which is scissors. And just to show off with paper, you chose paper and they chose rock. The random number generation went across as 1 for the rock from the computer, whereas you chose 2, paper. So in the essence, all it really is comparing numbers against one another, and subsequently showing it off in comparison. It's a pretty simplistic game, and it's a pretty simplistic set of code to go across as well. So here as well is where the actual event happens. So with the button action listener here on line 58, it goes down, and when the event actually happens, it will then create a random number, which is number equals random.next 3 plus 1, and then it will string the results. So since this is if you pressed rock, your number generation would be 1, it would then compare it. Subsequently as well, if you go down to the other ones, it corresponds it as well if you chose 2 and 3 and so on and so forth. All of this culminating into packing it together to making it look nice and neat. This was a fairly simplistic game and a fairly simplistic amount of code for me to create. The main challenge from this entire project was being able to set the GUI up properly, using it only in Dr. Java, and it did have its challenges with formatting and such, but after a lot of brainstorming and figuring it out and just rather experimenting, I was managed to get something I'm very proud of. The other challenge as well came from the random number generation and coordinating it and compiling it correctly so that it would run properly and take the user's input as well as the random number generation input as well and comparing them. But beyond that, that's my final project and I'm very proud of it. And just to show off what else it can do and to prove it, so we're going to go over rock again. And this time we won, because we chose that. So yeah, this proves that it's still choosing things differently, and it's not uncommon that it'll tie it up again, because with only 3 numbers, it's fairly easy to have it tie again. And that's really it. Thank you very much for watching.